Those who say the deal paves Iran's path to a bomb, respectfully, they don't get it. They're wrong. Remember what I said. The path has already been paved. If they walk away today, in 2 to 3 months, they have enough highly enriched uranium, if they chose to make up to 8 nuclear weapons.
All right, joining us now is Congressman, I got to laugh whenever I hear him, Congressman Mike Pompeo, member of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, member of the House Select Committee on Benghazi. Congressman, let's just take what Joe Biden said and keep it by itself. So Obama, who has pledged from day one that Iran will never get a nuclear weapon under his watch, if the path has been paved after 6.5 years of Obama, Obama's a miserable failure already.
That would, if it's been paved, that would make them the construction crew, right? The asphalt people themselves.
Oh, boy.
Look, the vice president doesn't understand that the Iranians have, in fact, been intent on developing the capacity and creating space so that they can ultimately achieve not just a nuclear weapon, but a nuclear arsenal. And that it has been this administration's actions that have created the space for them to go continue their march towards that. And now they're headed towards a deal which will likely not just pave the road, but accelerate their trajectory towards achieving that Iranian goal.
Now, I know you're dead set against this deal, and I know you're dead set against the bill that passed the Congress, the Senate, I should say, on Friday. I mean, how on earth did the Republicans, I mean, no accounting for the Democrats, although many Democrats were against this deal and spoke out against it. But you know, and I know, Congressman, when you hear Obama, as we heard several weeks ago, say, okay, I give in, you win, Congress can never win. He would never let Congress win on something like this. How does the Senate pass this stinky deal, what, 98-1, 99-1? How did it happen?
Well, I can't account for what took place over on their side. I do hope we'll do better. I'm going to urge our leadership. I think we can do a much more robust piece of legislation that really does, in fact, prevent the administration from signing up for a deal which lifts the sanctions, an authority that Congress clearly has, which lifts the sanctions without any evidence that Iran has actually adhered to anything that they've agreed to. That's the thing that perplexes me in the same way I think it does you on the Senate side. They've now signed a blank check, allowing the president to move forward in whatever way he wishes. That can only bring harm to the American people.
Yeah, no, I mean, and you called it a scam, right? The bill they passed.
They're all gonna. They will all eventually, assuming the deal goes forward as we think, it'll come to Congress. The Republicans will vote no, and they'll feel good about themselves. But they will have they will have vitiated the very obligation they have to do everything they could to prevent the Iranians from getting a nuclear weapon. And that's what I hope we can do better. I hope the House can do better in making sure that at least in our part of the world, the part of the world where Congress has a real role, that is keeping sanctions that have been devastating to Iran, keeping those sanctions in place to prevent them from getting a nuclear weapon, continues to happen.
All right, let's turn our attention to Benghazi. What is going to happen? Hillary has agreed to testify. Your chairman on the select committee requested that she testify. Are we going to see this testimony? Is this behind closed doors? What's the deal on this?
So, the truth is, I don't know how it will ultimately proceed. What I can say with absolute certainty is that this administration has consistently stonewalled our investigation, our effort to get at the facts about the 4 Americans who were killed back on September 11th of 2012. And so they'll tell the public, as former Secretary Clinton did, gosh, I wish everyone could see those emails, but yet destroyed tens of thousands of them. And so they have told us that she's prepared to testify, but she's prepared to testify when we don't have all the facts to ask her questions about, so we can get answers to these. Our chairman has tried to conduct some of this investigation in a way that gets us the best capacity to find facts. That is, not in a hearing that is open and where there's a limited time and the witness can just run the clock out, but in a setting that transcribes an interview where you can get fact-finding and then held hearings. I hope that's what we'll get a chance to do with Secretary Clinton as well.
Right, because you know, with all due respect, I'm just saying, as a member of the media here, you're going to give her a chance to to say when it's over, well, I testified before the select committee, and here I am. But you're right. If you don't have the information with which to question her on, then what good is it, in a sense?
And that's been it all along. She had originally requested through counsel to testify at the end of last year, and for the very same reason that Chairman Gowdy said again last Friday, we're not there yet. We still don't even know what we don't know. The State Department still cannot certify that they've provided all the relevant documents. And so we're going to continue to pursue those. We've still got dozens and dozens of interviews, including senior folks in the administration besides former Secretary Clinton. And I'm hopeful that we can piece together the complete picture of what happened that night, why it happened, how America can prevent it, and why it was the administration wasn't clean with the American people in the aftermath of the death of those 4 Americans.
I also saw one report that said Uma Abedin, that your committee is interested in speaking with her as well. Is that true?
That is true.
And do you, for what reason? And has she been subpoenaed? Has she been asked?
So we have made requests to her and to many others for them to come testify. I hope that will happen. We want to talk to her for the same reason we want to talk to the remainder. The evening of September 11th, 2012, we need to know who all was involved in the decision making, all of the communications that took place, whether they were written or oral. We have to paint the full picture, and she was a senior assistant to the former secretary and had access to lots of the political players and senior leaders inside the administration. And so she has a relevant part of the story.
Has she agreed yet? I'm sorry, Congressman, we're out of time. We've got 10 seconds. Has she agreed to testify?
I don't know exactly what the status of that is.
Congressman, thank you so much. Great talking to you, sir.
Thank you, Steve. Have a good day.
You too. Congressman Mike Pompeo, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming back.